Greetings, wizards from every corner of the universe. Our program is about to start anytime soon, so here I would like to request everyone to fill in the registration form in the comment section for the purpose of the certificates and lucky draw. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a pleasant morning. I would like to welcome everyone to our live stream of Self-Upskilling Plan SUP. For your information, this program is organized by the Semester 7 students of Bachelor of English with Communication UniSZA with the collaboration of Faculty of Languages and Communication UniSZA. We would also like to extend our warm welcome to our guests of honor, the Honorable Madam Diana binti Azmi, the Program Advisor of Self-Upskilling Plan SUP, and also the lecturer for our Event Management course. Our respected panels for today, Mr. Norhaizal Ramley and Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Fazil Ahmad, the Director for Self-Upskilling Plan SUP, Mr. Muhammad Shahmi Haikal bin Nur Arizad, and not to forget our fellow audience. I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank all the audience for attending this talk. My name is Norhaizal Atira binti Ilyas, and it is my pleasure to be your MC for today. Before anything, our Ministry of Media Magic had prepared a special video for all of us.
Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi, my name is Madam Azmi. I am the lecturer, also the head of Modern Languages and Communication Department in UniSZA.
I'm Shahmi as the director of Self Upskilling Plan Program.
I'm Irfan. I'm the co-director of this program.
I'm Ain. Thanks you guys for joining this program.
I'm Emcee.
My name is Iza and I am the treasurer for this program.
Welcome
To those who are willing to participate,
to Self-Upskilling Program.
So why should you join this program?
Because it will help to enhance and develop your English proficiency skills.
But also in using applications such as Canva.
and also personal branding
With that, I hope everyone will have a good time today.
in developing your identity.
And lastly, why you should join UniSZA, specifically Faculty of Language and Communication? Because
We not just have only English language, we also have Arabic and Bahasa Malaysia.
It is a great opportunity.
amazing lecturers, amazing staff, beautiful faculty, and so much more.
Wow, that's already sound exciting, isn't it?
So what are you waiting for?
Come and join us.
We would love to see you as a part of UniSZA soon.
Come and grab your chances and learn in UniSZA.
And before I end this,
And I want to thank you, Madam Gigi Dana, who has played a big part in helping us successfully coordinating this program.
There's a lot of exciting activities and also performance awaiting you guys.
and yeah, don't forget to represent the best of yourself.
Let's have fun together.
And thank you for joining us.
Without you guys, this program would not be successful.
I hope all of you will enjoy this program. Have fun!
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed, may I invite everyone to invoke the Almighty God for His blessings and may peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. With that, I would like to call upon Mr. Wan Muhammad Faris Aidil bin Wan Roslan for the dua recitation. And for the non-Muslim, you may pray according to your belief. Please welcome.
Alright, thank you, Iza. Alright, we are going to start our dua recitation with the Kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajma'in. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Let your blessing and your peace be on your servant and your messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family and his companions. Ya Allah, on this glorious day, in conjunction with the opening ceremony of our event, we uphold our hands to pray gratefully, to thank on your infinite favor to us, till we can live in peace and harmony to perform our tasks as your servants. O Allah, we ask your blessing to make this occasion, self-upskilling plan, successful. Allahumma ya hayyu ya qayyum ya zal jalali wal ikram. You are the mercy of the mercies, and you are the Lord of the universe. Give us mercy from your presence and shape for us right conduct in our program. We ask you for knowledge that is beneficial and sustenance which is good and deeds that are acceptable. O Allah, forgive us, have mercy upon us, guide us, give us health, and grant us success. Allahumma rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adzaban nar. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Mr. Faris, for the beautiful prayers. May our event be blessed and run accordingly. A gentle reminder, participants may fill in the form given in the comment section for the use of attendance certificate and lucky draw. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, This is a 2-day sharing program with 4 separate slots and panels sought to provide exposure in improving our English language skills of writing, speaking, reading, and listening. This program also seeks to provide a wealth of information regarding Canva software skills and personality. Therefore, on behalf of the committee, we feel delighted to welcome our beloved participants to join our program. Without further ado, let us hear the opening speech from our program director, Mr. Muhammad Shami Aikal. The floor is yours, Mr. Shami.
Thank you so much, Ms. Iza, HDMC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Honorable Madam Norhaizal binti Azmi, our program advisor and lecturer. Our respected panels over here, Mr. Norhaizal Ramley and Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Fazil, Ahmad. Also, Mr. Zulkarnain Ahmad, who will be with us on the next day. My respective team Pen 7 and also all the audience that joined our event self-upskilling plan today. Praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful. I am very grateful that we are able to gather and welcome you in joyous and significant event this morning through an online self-upskilling event. As the program director, I am very honored and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you as well as the 160 participants from various local and international institutions. Without further ado, I would like also to seize this opportunity to thank all of you presented here. My special acknowledgement goes to Madam Jijidana, our program advisor and lecturer, who guided us throughout this process of the event. Thank you for making our ideas work with your pleasant, firm, and professional guidance, Madam. And my team, Band 7, for their dedication and hard work as the organizer team, without whom this event would be possible. My special appreciation and thank you also to the speakers for this event, Mr. Norhaizal Ramli, Dr. Muhammad Fazil Ahmad, and Mr. Zulkarnian. My sincere thanks to the sponsors, Era Engineering Sdn Bhd as well. This event could not have been made possible without the support from the company as the sponsor of this event. Now, I would like to point your attention as I'm going to give a brief introduction to our event Self-Upskilling Plan SUP. I'm sure you all have heard of the quote, dreams don't work unless you do. Guess what? Our self-upskilling plan will be the perfect program for you. Helping you on building your personality is not only our goal. By providing this training, we want you to become an effective communicator and also to improve your skills in reading, writing, and listening. We are delighted to announce that this special event will be held for 2 days, starting from today until tomorrow, which includes 4 slots that will cover the topics for writing, speaking, reading, and listening in English, and a guide tips on how to use the Canva application tools, and also on DISC this personality. But now, most importantly, we'll spend valuable one-to-one time with each other and every one of you so that you know your voice is not only being heard but valued. This event will be a great preparation for the participants to utilize and enhance all their skills during this event for their next step or career in the future. Remember, whatever you put in mind to, I am too certain that you will achieve it. Going ahead, there will always be trials and tribulations in life. Always remember that you just have to believe in yourself and never stop learning. Because when you have faith, you have confidence in yourself, and that will come in handy wherever you go. With that, we hope you have a very great time and keep enjoying this event. We warmly welcome you again. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Shahmi, for the opening speech. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not wait any longer. I would like to pass the floor to our respected panel, Mr. Norhaizal Ramley, an English communication trainer and teaching staff, event and training manager, and professional MC from Anura Resources for the first lot entitled Writing and Speaking, Pen to Paper, Speak Better. Please welcome Mr. Norhaizal. It seems like we encounter a technical problem, so we deeply apologize for that. Please wait for a moment while we're waiting for the problem to solve.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Let me check my connection. Okay, Alhamdulillah. All right, I'm back. All right, experiencing some problem with the network this morning. It didn't happen last night during rehearsal. That is the problem with internet connection in Malaysia nowadays. All right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All right, my name is Norhaizal bin Ramley, aptly known as Mr. J. So you can call me Mr. J. Okay, so thank you very much for the organizer for inviting me for this event, okay, self upskilling, organized by UniSZA, University Sultan Zainal Abidin. I wasn't in during the introduction just now. So I was trying to fix the internet connection. Okay, so I can see some people on YouTube live. Quite a number of people there. Okay, so I have been tasked with conducting this slot for a self-upskilling plan, specifically on the writing and speaking skills, as well as reading and listening skills in English. Just a bit of introduction. Okay, I graduated with TESOL, with a background in TESOL, teaching English as second language from UTM, and I've been involved in teaching English in college, private schools, and professional settings as well. Okay, trainings specifically. So this here, because we don't have that much time, just a simple introduction. I have served several organizations, teaching institutions, as well as government and private sectors. So let's try to share as much as possible in preparing you for the working world. Okay, so we are transitioning you from the academic English setting, which you are now in. Okay. At university level, you are doing English for academic purposes, okay, English and academic skills. But this event today will be focusing on preparing you for English in professional setting, especially in career, okay, building your career, advancement of your career, job seeking, those kind of things. Right. So feel free to ask questions. I can see, okay, I can see the messages here. Okay, and I think the technical team will be highlighting some of the questions from the audience as well. Right. Shall we carry on? Okay, all right. So I can share my screen when they are ready. Okay, all right. So we'll be talking about professional communication skills, and this event is specifically on English. Okay, but may I remind you that professional communication skills, it doesn't just apply to one language only. So we'll be touching on English for professional communication today, but you may apply that to the use of Bahasa Melayu as well. Okay, Malay language, especially in our settings. Okay, so what applies in the use of English for professional communication would also apply to the use of other languages, Malay in professional communication. Okay, so when we say professional communication, we're talking about speaking or writing or conversing, okay, using the language in professional setting. Okay, without further ado, let's try the slide. It's a bit different today because I normally have a Zoom session so I can see people and I can interact with people. Okay. It's a two-way communication, but today it will be broadcast. So it's a one-way communication. I can only see your messages there. Okay, I can only see your comments instead of hearing your voices. All right. Rest assured, I will try to respond to every one of you. Okay. Sorry, screen. Scroll on. Okay. Okay, so we have about 2 hours, not exactly 2 hours. So we'll try to make use of the time wisely. Okay. We'll try to cover as much as possible within the limited time. Okay, masa pun terhad. Okay, masa mencemburui kita in bahasa Melayu. Okay, time is always not on our side. Okay, so it's on. We'll be having mini game session. That's not sharing. Okay, so this is on professional communication skills. Okay, for today's slot, we will be touching specifically on writing and speaking. So the first slot will be on writing first. Okay, so when we talk about communication, okay, when we touch on communication, there are always four different skills. You have reading, the input skills, where you have reading and listening. You read and you get input, you listen and you get input from the people that you are conversing with, and writing and speaking, which is the output skills. Okay, so you write as an output, you speak as an output, okay, to deliver your message across. Yeah. So for this slot, we'll be touching on writing first. Okay, we'll be looking at writing. So what kind of writing do you have to do in a professional setting? So now you are in the academic setting of English, okay, English for academic purposes. That is what we normally refer to it, EAP, English for academic purposes, where you have to read a lot of researchers, you have to read a lot of articles, and you have to write, okay, based on your reading. So you will be citing, you will be referring, those are the kind of things. But when you go into the professional settings, okay, things will be a bit simpler. Okay, not simpler as in the general English. Okay, the English that we use for everyday communication would be general English. Okay, but we are looking at professional English, which is in between general and academic. So it's not too academic and it's not too leisurely. Okay. So writing and speaking, pen to paper, speak better. It's called pen to paper, but let's face it, nowadays we don't use pen and paper that much. Okay, everybody will be using electronic devices. So you will be writing on your computers, you'll be writing on your gadgets, your devices, but still it is the same skill. Okay, not the skill of writing, the mechanics of the writing, but the use of the language and all. Okay, the table of content, okay, the things that we'll be touching on today: professional communication, the setting, the 3 C's in writing. So I put it as the 3 C's in writing to make it simpler for you to look at. Purpose of writing, okay, why are you writing? Okay, the purpose of your writing, okay, what kind of writing are you doing? British English versus American English, and a bit more under that. Speaking in professional manner in the second slot later, and choose your words. Okay, what are these things? We'll be going in depth for this one. So what is a professional communication? Okay, professional communication is a communication that takes in various forms of speaking. So you speak in a professional setting, you listen in a professional setting, you write and you respond. Okay, and these are all carried out both in and beyond the workplace. So with your colleagues, with your management, with your counterpart, with your client. Okay, so it can be in person, okay, or it can be electronically. So I would call this in person, even though we are using this medium of communication. We are online using video, but still this would be in person instead of the email or the text messaging. Right. So when we talk about the 3 C's in writing, okay, the 3 C's in writing. So when you write in a professional setting, okay, you are writing in a professional setting, we are not writing narratives, we are not writing stories. Okay, bukan tulis cerita or novel. You are not writing a short story, you are not writing creative or imaginative writing. So your writing in professional settings should be clear. The message should be clear and straightforward. Okay, so in layman term, okay, in bahasa Melayu term, tak ada bahasa bunga-bunga lah. Okay, so the message should be clear and straightforward. And the second C, make it concise, brief sentences. Okay, some people believe that longer, complex sentences would show intelligence. No, it doesn't. Okay, it only makes people confused. Okay, for example, do you like reading legal documents? Suka baca legal documents, okay, contracts and all. Long-winded words, sentences, the structure and everything, and it doesn't help understanding. It doesn't help in comprehension. Susah nak faham pun. So professional communication should be concise, make it brief, but not the simple sentences. Bukan the short sentences like simple sentences at primary school level, okay, or creative writing. Brief sentences, not too long and not too short. No run-on and no comma splices. We'll touch a bit on the run-on and comma splices if you are not familiar with it. And the third C would be correct. Clear. It's clear enough. Okay, concise. Okay, concise enough, brief enough, not too long, not too short. And make sure it is correct. Your writing should be correct. How do you ensure that? Always edit, reread whatever that you are writing. If you write an email, before you click send, edit first. Okay, go through the content, whether there is something that you have missed, or proofread the structure, the sentence. Does it sound correct? Bunyinya betul ke tak? Okay, does it sound correct? The sentence structure that you have put forward in your email, in your correspondence, and the spelling especially. Okay, it shows how detailed you are. It shows how meticulous you are. Okay, if you have spelling errors, okay, abundance of spelling errors everywhere in your writing, it shows that you are not very meticulous. Okay, you're not very proper. Okay, tak tumpu sangat. Okay, so you need to make sure your writing is correct. Okay, clear, concise, and correct. So how do you ensure this? How do you prepare your writing and fulfill all these three C's? Okay, so you need to know the reason that you are writing. Okay, you want to make it clear, you want to make it concise. So why are you writing? Okay, what is the reason for your writing? Are you writing to inform? Are you writing to inquire? Are you writing to persuade? Okay, inform, inquire, and persuade. Okay. Information, if you are just conveying information, nak menyampaikan info saja, if you are just conveying information, okay, there's a different way to it. If you are persuading, for example, you are applying for a job, okay, applying for a job, you can't just inform. You need to persuade them. You need to convince them that you are the right person for the job. How do you tackle that? Okay, so before that, let's look at the basic considerations in writing. Yes, just Tasha. Informative articles always clear and concise and obviously grammatically correct. Yes, because they have proofreading. Yes, somebody would be proofreading. Proofreading is a job actually. Okay, so basic considerations in writing. You need to know your audience. Who are you writing for? Okay, who will be your audience? So you need to know the person that you are writing for, or the group that you are writing for, the people that you are writing for. Know your purpose. What are you writing for? And know your subject. Okay, what is the subject? What is the topic of your writing? The next part will be developing a writing style. Okay, developing a writing style, your writing should be crisp, clear, and easy to read. Okay, be sure to have correct grammar, understandable vocabulary. What does it mean, understandable vocabulary? Choose the right words. Okay, you choose the right words. You use bombastic words. Okay, nak guna high level words, but it's not comprehensible. Tak faham. The other party doesn't understand you. So communication doesn't get through. Proper spelling. Okay, proper spelling in what sense? Okay, we'll look at that. Okay, there is the noun form, there is the verb form, there is the adjective form. One word, bunyi sama, the sound might be different, but the spelling will be different. Okay, the noun form will have different spelling. The verb form will have different spelling, but it sounds exactly the same. Like what? Like the word advice. Siapa tahu? How many of you knows? Advice, there are two spelling for advice. Who can tell me that? What are the two spellings for advice? One is the noun form, the other one is the verb form. Okay, proper spelling on that. Advice with C, advice with S. Right. So you need to know which is which. Which is the noun form, which is the verb form, and which one to use when you are writing. Okay, number one tips to start writing, mind the gap. GAP. Okay, mind the gap between your writing and the audience. Okay, G is for genre. Okay, G is for genre. The genre will let you know the tone of your writing and what words should be used in the writing. And next, the A will be your audience. Writer writes to inform the audience about many things. Okay, so you want to inform your audience about many things. Like what? If you are writing a cover letter to apply for a job, you are informing them about your background, your academic background, and then maybe some of your job experience, okay, and your personality. Those are the information that you want to convey. Be sure of the age and proficiency level. Who are you writing for? Okay, what age, what level? Are you writing to the top management, the CEO, professors, doctors, as well as the geographic and education background? Okay, if you are writing to a Malaysian company, if you are writing to a multinational company, okay, local client, international client, different use of the language. This will change the whole content to be suitable for the specific audience. So when you know your audience, you know who you are writing for, you tailor your writing to the people. Homophones, how to decide the tone of our writing. Okay, we'll touch on that. Okay, purpose in every writing makes it attractive. If the reading text has no purpose, why shall we read it in the first place? Okay. Saja suka-suka tulis, okay, short sendiri. Okay, so what is the purpose of the writing? Why shall we read it in the first place? You write a cover letter to the HR manager, human resource manager of a company. So what is the purpose? Applying for a job. Why should this person read it? If the first paragraph doesn't attract the HR manager, budak ni tulis apa ni? Okay. So yours will be put aside. There are other candidates waiting. So make sure you write with a purpose and attract the reader. Okay, writing to inform. Definition, writing to inform is about communicating information to your audience. Correct. Culture also plays a role in writing. Okay. What culture are we in? Okay. But the general rule for writing in any culture is to be well-mannered and to be polite, of course. Okay, if you are applying for a job in any culture, takkan you simply say, okay, I want to get a job in your company. Or, can I apply for a job in your company? As simple as that. Boleh tak? You write an email or a text to the prospect, to the employer, okay? To the prospective employer and simply say, I want to get a job in your company. Does it work that way? Something as simple as that. We understand, but is it proper? Okay? Writing to inform is about communicating information to your audience. The information should be factual, relevant, and clear. Because this is information. You are conveying information. Just share the fact. Make sure it is relevant and make sure it is clear. Now let's look at some of the key features. Okay, it should be written in, yes, Nurul Fariha. It cannot be that simple, but I will show you some of the people who dare make it that simple. Hantar WhatsApp kepada possible employer. Funny enough, right? You will see that. And we say that takkanlah kot. It happens. There are some people who have no common sense and they write as simple as that. Kerja kosong ada lagi. Do you still have vacancy? Simple as that. And rest assured, that person will not get a job in that manner. Okay, key features written in logical order. When you write information, okay, when you write information, it should be in logical order. What is logical order? What is logical order? Depending on the type of information. So you can have the process, explain the process of how to do something or tell events in sequence or time order. So how do you do this? You will use the connectors, the conjunctions, such as what? Signal words such as this: first, second, third, finally, to begin. Janganlah first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. If there are 10 steps, terus sampai 10. Okay, vary it. Okay, use variety. Campur-campur. So first, second, third, and then next, and then you have to continue to finish, last, finally. Saya tak ada lah all numbers. First, second, third, sampailah 12th. Right. Shall include compare and contrast of two subjects. So if you are comparing and contrasting the two subjects, okay, tell similarities, compare is telling similarities, and contrast will be on differences. You tell similarities and differences of the subjects. Shall include explanation of why something happens. Okay, if there is a need for reason. How facts or events causes lead to other facts or events, the effects. Okay, so you use signal words to show cause and effect, such as due to. Due to what? Okay, so there is a reason. Because of, as the result of, therefore, because. Okay, so you can go through the list of this, because if we are covering this, 1 hour is not enough. 2 hours will not be enough. Okay, a whole week to cover the whole aspects of writing. Okay, so we just running through, and then I will introduce you to some of the materials that you can use. Okay, consequently leads to, okay, these are the words that you want to use when you write in professional manner. Such like and then, and then, and then, and then. Itu if you are talking to your friend boleh lah, and then. Okay, then. Okay, shall describe a problem and present one or more solutions to that problem. Use signal words such as solve, resolve, conclude that, fix, issue being dealt with, problem, solution, remedy, issue. Look at these words here. Okay. These are not words that you would use in normal, everyday conversation with your friend at the kedai mamak, right? Okay, these are words used in professional settings. Resolve. Apa benda tu resolve tu? Okay, conclude that. Issue being dealt with. Imagine using these phrases in a casual conversation with your friends at kedai mamak. Okay, what is our issue to deal with today, my friend? It would sound strange, right? General English communication would use simpler words, but this is professional setting. So you use words such as this. Right. So let's look at the next part. Okay. So the style of writing, okay, when you are informing, informational text, like what? Newspapers. You read newspapers and you can see the style of writing there. Okay, you can see the style of writing in informational text, newspapers, biographies, autobiographies, almanacs, letters, and memos. Okay, these are not your everyday casual conversation. Ini bukan macam tulis WhatsApp or Telegram to your friend, right? So these are all informational texts. Okay, so you can look at them, sample them, and look at how the words are arranged, the structure of the words. Almanacs, what is almanacs, sir? Have you ever watched Back to the Future? Back to the Future 2. Okay, when he went to the future, to the year 2015, from the year 1985, 20 years into the future, and he bought, oh tak pernah tengok. Okay, you people are so young. Back to the Future, there is one scene, okay, there is one plot there where, so the guy, Michael J. Fox, okay, Marty McFly, he bought an almanacs. Almanacs is a collection of all the information. For example, this is sports almanacs. Okay, so dia beli sport almanacs. Sports almanacs compiling all the major events in sports. Daripada 1985, the year that he was born, to the year 2015. 20 years. So he has everything in these almanacs. Who won the World Series? Who won the World Cup? Who won the everything? So it's all documented. So it's a document. It's like a magazine lah. Dia macam magazine. I don't have an almanac with me at the moment. So it documents all the important events. So it's almost like your encyclopedia. Okay, it's on par with encyclopedia. So encyclopedia, are you familiar with encyclopedia? Sekarang semua online kan. So find out the encyclopedia. So almanacs would document all the events. So dia ada all the special events. So he bought it in the future, and the bad guy brought it to the past and bet on every almanacs from Plants vs. Zombies. You are just like my son. Okay, and my son is 11 years old playing Plants vs. Zombies. Okay, so since he has all the information about the events, all the throughout the 60 years, okay, I think 100 years event, so he can bet on every one of the event there. Okay, betting for sports events. So almanacs is a document that compiles all the major events. If it's sport almanacs lah. Sport almanacs. Okay, now let's look at this sample here. Below is an example of a text that informs. It is a formal letter from a rental agency informing the recipient of changes to their rent. Okay? It's just information. So the company, the agency, informing the recipient about the changes. So you have the usual format of letter. Now let's look at the content here. Monthly rental for 41 Elm Walk. We are writing to tell you that we are changing the amount of rent you pay for number 41 Elm Walk. Excuse me. This will take effect from 1st May 2019. Simple. Okay, it's just the information. What do you have there? You have the facts, the address, number 41 Elm Walk. And when will it take effect? The change in the rent, 1st May 2019. So information is clear. The new amount and the way we have calculated are shown on the next page. The other compendium lagi. Please read the notes we have sent with this letter. They tell you what changes you must tell us about. You can tell us about any changes online. Okay, see how it is written. Clear, concise, factual, relevant. Everything right about informing. Tak ada nak panjang-panjang cerita. So simple. Right. The purpose of writing is very clear. Thank you, Fariha. Nurul Fariha. Okay. Now, this is what we need you to do when you write to inform. Okay. When you start working, or even now, okay, you are transitioning from student life into working life. The people you doing this event even, okay, they had to communicate with us, okay, the speakers. So they have been practicing this, the info that they deliver to us, the info that they convey to us, okay, and the communication that happens, right? So those of you, I'm sure when you go into practical movement, you will be practicing this kind of communication as well. Where is my cursor? All right, here. Okay, writing to inquire. Now this is the second purpose. Writing to inquire. What does it mean to inquire? Okay, to ask. Okay, the word inquiry means an act of asking for information. Tadi, you write to inform. Now, you write to inquire. You are asking for information. So how do you write to ask for information? Okay, again, be short, sharp and concise. What do you want? What do you need? Tak payahlah panjang-panjang berjela. Be short, sharp and concise. Okay. There was one time that I was serving the State Secretary of Pahang, and we were writing to the minister. Okay, writing to the minister, and my letter had been altered by somebody else, and I got scolded by Datuk Sri. Okay, and he asked me to make it simple. Okay, writing to the ministry, make it simple. Tell us what we need. Just that. Tak ada nak panjang-panjang berjela muka dimah. Right? So simple introduction, and then straight to the point. What do you ask for? Be short, sharp and concise. Keep your writing short and precise. Write clearly. Use basic structure. As I mentioned just now, you are not writing a novel. You are not writing a short story. Okay? Some people have that tendency. Some people have that tendency to make it sound lovely. Not in professional communication. You don't have to make it sound flowery. Berbunga-bunga tak nak. He use basic structure. Try to avoid being off topic. Okay? Keep to the topic. You know the topic, so keep to the topic. Make the reader understand your message in the shortest time. Okay? Bear in mind, professionals are busy. Make it simple and short, but not too short lah terus. Okay, simple and short, simple, concise, and easy to understand. Make your needs clear. Make sure that the recipient fully understands your request so that they can provide a proper response. What are you asking for? Are you asking for aid, bantuan? Are you asking for information? Less is more. Yes, Nurul Fariha. Very good. I like that. Less is more. Okay. You shall use WH questions to help you stay on track to write the inquiry. Always practice this. What, who, why, when, where, how, all the WH questions. Answer those questions and everything is covered, should be covered. Okay, you use the WH questions, everything should be covered. What? What are you asking for? Who? Who are you referring to? When do you need it? Where do you want it? Okay. Be specific as possible by telling them which and how much information you are looking for. You shall try to use a list so they can easily check if they have satisfied your needs. Kalau ada list, okay, provide them with the list, the things that you need. Set up the next steps. Instead of just letting it be, mentioning an expected deadline can create reminders and a sense of urgency to the recipient. For example, if you are writing and you can give the date, the estimated date. So you shall say, it would be great for us to get this information within the next 10 days to maintain the rate of our process. If you get letters from the business entities, they will always have the deadline. You need to confirm your attendance, you need to submit some documents by a certain time. Simple as that. Writing to inquire. This type of writing has been widely used in email writing as the main platform. Nowadays, we don't use snail mail anymore. Jarang sangat people use snail mail. But in the government sectors, yes, they still love papers. They suka sangat print paper. Okay, but for most of us, we correspond through email. Click send, the other party gets it. Document, scan, PDF, send it as attachment. Okay, and the printed document normally are just the sensitive documents sajalah. Okay, the things that you can scan, put it on email. So use in email writing as the main platform. Sample. Look at this here. Look at the subject there. Product inquiry. Salah screen. Okay, so product inquiry, frozen mango puree. Dear sales department, the people that you are addressing. First of all, I am Cat Fu, purchasing officer of M Company. Some introduction, a little introduction of you as the writer. Our company, M Company, is a beverage manufacturer. A bit of information. I would like to express our interest in doing business with you in the purpose of your writing. This part here, hence, which white box? Oh, this one. Hi. Okay. Sorry. That white box. All right. Thank you, technical. Okay. So, look at this part here. Hence, we would like to inquire about the frozen mango puree product. We have listed below the details we need. Now, this is a good one. All right. Okay. This is a good practice in writing for inquiry. We would like to inquire about the frozen mango puree product. What are you looking for? And we have listed below the details we need. Simple. So the responder, okay, the recipient would tackle the inquiry as detailed in the list. The frozen mango puree's information, origin, manufacturing process, nutritional facts. The second one, the frozen mango puree's wholesale price list. The two things that the writer is asking. Simple. Covered, and you can respond accordingly. Okay. Now, this is the challenging part. Okay, writing to persuade or writing to convince. Writing to persuade / convince. Definition: writing to persuade is about trying to get your audience to do something. It's not easy. Fatin Maisara, I have a question. If we have included the deadline in the email, can we still put the word urgent at the subject of the email to make the recipient much more alert? Is it appropriate? Okay. Depending on the person that you are writing to, If you are, let's say, it's between you and you as the client, and they as your patron, or they as your supplier, yeah, you can do that. Okay. But if you are writing to authority, okay, if you are writing to the authority, you are in no position to urge somebody. So tak boleh lah guna urgent. When you are in the position of urging something, you can do that. You can put it in the subject there, urgent, right? But if you are not in a position to urge somebody, kita tak ada kuasa nak mendesak orang, so just put it as simple topic subject saja. Okay? But if you are the client and you are writing to your supplier, yes, you have the right. So you can urge them. Boleh letak urgent kat situ. Okay? We practice that sometimes, but between colleagues normally. Okay? Especially between colleagues. So if you are writing to your own colleagues ke apa, or your company, okay, it's a multinational company, so you have people from different branches, different outlets ke apa. So it's always okay to put in urgent, so they know that they need to respond immediately. Okay, what's the time now? Now it's still time. Right. Writing to persuade. Yes, trying to persuade people is very hard. You need to know how to get their attention and convince them. That's why we say, now this is an art. Okay. If you master the art of persuasion, you can very well do this. It's not easy. It takes time, but okay, with diligence, you can achieve that level. Okay, you can persuade somebody, not just in writing, even speaking. Negotiation skill. Okay, there is a course that we conducted last time. Negotiation skill. How do you negotiate? Negotiating is convincing people to give you something juga kan. So you writing to persuade. So after writing to persuade, you can negotiate pula. Okay. So the key features of writing to persuade, direct address. So you can speak directly to the audience using we or you. Sometimes I juga lah. Okay, depending on if you are writing as an individual, I, we or you. We as the organization, you as the other party. Alliteration, a group of words beginning with the same letter or sound. Okay, try using that. Facts, you can Google it up. Okay, alliteration, nanti dia keluar list dia. Okay, facts, something that can be proven as true. No Google, I'm not talking to you. Okay, facts, something that can be proven as true. So you write to persuade, you present facts. Like what? Okay, so let's put into perspective you applying for a job. You are a job seeker. You are writing your cover letter to persuade your prospect employer. Okay, how do you do it? How do you persuade them to hire you? How do you sell yourself in your writing? So the facts that you can present, your academic background, your work experience. Okay, I understand that you are students. Okay, but you are students, but you may have some working experience as well in your organizations, in your societies, and some of you have part-time jobs. Put it in. Okay, it shows that you have some experience. Okay, when I was a student, I worked in hotels with banquet. I worked as cashier in a pump station. So all that for your first job, just put it in. Okay, but once you have proper work experience, okay, use the ones with your degree lah. Okay, your degree level work. Okay, but at first job, just put whatever experience that you have. Okay, so it shows that you have done some work as a labor even. Okay, low level jobs. Opinions, a belief that can't be proven. Rhetorical question, a question that does not need an answer. Okay, rhetorical question, you ask question, but it's not going to be respond to. Okay, you don't get the respond to. It's just a rhetorical question. You ask a question to get them thinking. Okay, to get them pondering, to set an idea in their head. Rhetorical question. Emotive language, words that tug on the heartstrings and create a strong response. Emotive language ni when you use in speaking memang okay, very persuasive lah. Okay, quite persuasive. Emotive language, the emotion, you tackle the emotion, like persuading people to donate to the victims of the flood. Okay, how do you get people to donate? Okay, some people can just watch the news and feel nothing. So how do you tackle on that? Yeah, how do you tug on the heartstrings? Statistics, present statistics, and triples list of three things in a sentence. The triples, okay, you present it three times using three different words with the same meaning. So this is how you reiterate. Kita ulang semula. You repeat but in different words. Okay, these are some of the techniques. Okay, writing to persuade, excerpts from newspapers, audio clips of speeches or lectures. So you can try looking into this. Okay, speech. Some people can give really good speech and they can get people to do things. Persuasive words like what? For this reason, we should something. For this reason, I urge you. Okay. I believe. I believe what? I believe. Okay. You as job seeker, I believe that I will be the perfect candidate for the job. Okay. I believe that I can contribute to your organization. As evidence shows, that's how you present fact lah. As evidence shows, and you present some of the facts there. This is quite long. Rather than just an excerpt of a persuasive essay, sink your teeth into a short example of what a persuasive example might look like. Mandatory minimum. Can you give an example of a rhetorical question? Okay, I find it hard to construct one. Okay, now, rhetorical question is a question that you ask to get people thinking of the topic. You don't really require an answer. Okay, so like what? What would you do if you are faced with a choice of A and B? Okay. In your writing or in your speech, you use that kind of sentence. Okay. What would you do if you are presented with a choice, okay, with two choices, A and B? Which one would you choose? Full stop. And then you start writing about the topic. Lagging lagi. Is it okay now? Do you get that? Kira or Kaira? So you ask a question, okay, and you get them thinking about it. If given a choice between working overseas and working in Malaysia, which one would you choose? You don't need an answer. You just want them to think about the topic and then you start talking about the topic. Okay, so rhetorical question can be anything depending on your topic. Right? Okay. Mandatory minimum persuasive essay example. Right. Look at the first part there. Salah screen lagi. This one. Okay. Mandatory minimum sentencing is harmful to the human race. It is a form of discrimination. Many people receive long sentences for minor crimes. We should overturn mandatory minimum sentencing rules and give judges more leeway in their decision making. This is the topic that you are putting forward. Go through, look at the last part there. After presenting everything, as you can clearly see, mandatory minimum sentences should be taken away. Rather than having a minimum to meet, judges should be able to use their own judgment and discretion in a case after looking at all the evidence. And the last question, don't you think mandatory minimums are against our own human rights? You are writing, so nobody is going to answer that. You just want them to think about the topic through your question. Okay, kita dah tanya soalan, kita nak dia fikir. Okay, don't you think mandatory minimums are against our own human rights? And they start thinking about the topic. All right. Okay. Now, okay, sample. Check out a short example of a persuasive speech in action. Okay, every day as you walk down Maple Street, you might notice the small little garden flourishing under the sunlight. What you might not realize is that garden goes to feed everyone. So you are touching on their emotion, getting them to relate to the situation here. Okay, getting them to relate to the topic that you are presenting. Okay. And last part there. Come rally with me this Friday night. Together, we will stand in their way and protect our beloved town. Okay, if you want to read this, okay, you can get the sample later. Okay, you can get the slide later. Okay, so this is about joining together to prevent a company from demolishing a garden. Okay, so what do you want? Come rally with me this Friday night. You are inviting people. Okay, you are asking people to join you in this quest to protect the garden. Together, we will stand in their way and protect our beloved town. Okay, and people will come and join you in your quest if you are able to persuade them, convince them. Okay. All right. Okay. Those are the purpose of writing. Okay. So one is to inform, the other one is to inquire, and to persuade or convince. Okay. You should try to look into this. Okay, to practice your writing skills. Like I said, 1 hour in this session is not enough. I'm just introducing you to it. I'll just show you some of the sample later. Okay, so this is the one that I was talking about. Inappropriate correspondence from job seekers. The left side, okay, the left one is an email. Look at that. From Shonadik, subject, regarding job, to the recipient lah. Okay, look at the content. Hey, really? Hey. Dia ingat dia tulis kat kawan dia ke mak? My name is Shonadik and I'm interested in a position. Short, concise, but nothing there. Right. I've attached a copy of my resume. Right, simplenya. The password is 1234. Really? Thank you! Exclamation mark. And then the name of the sender. Right. Put yourself into the position of the recipient. Would you entertain this email? Layan tak email ni? Ha ha ha. Too short and don't understand the context. Of course. Okay. You're applying for a job and this is how you write. Seriously. And we have seen this. Okay. Throughout my career, we have actually seen this kind of writing. Dalam bahasa Melayu pun ada lah. Okay. We have seen this in Malay language as well. Like I said, okay, it transcends. It doesn't apply to English only. In Malay language pun, you still have to write properly. This is not acceptable even in Malay. Hi, nama saya Shona. Saya nak minta kerja. Definitely not. Okay. Terus tolak bottom of the list. Okay. And the DM, like you said, okay, you were laughing at the DM. Hi, the job. Hello, what about it? You said we should DM you. I hate that. Okay, if you are writing formally, this is formal. Even if you are using the DM, it should be formal. You, Y-O-U, not just the letter U. You said we should DM you. Simple hidup. Oh yes, I did. So are you interested? Will I message you if I'm not? Goodbye. Okay, with that attitude, you will not get a job anywhere. Okay, so we laugh, yes, but we should take into consideration that this thing happened, and I don't suppose any of you would do this. Of course not. Okay, please do not do this. Why do we say that? Because we have got this kind of correspondence from people with degrees. Jangan kata orang yang SPM saja tulis macam ni. People with degrees. Okay, they have degrees, they have diplomas, they have degrees, they have masters even, but they don't know how to communicate properly. So this is the kind of correspondence that we get, and it shocked us. Terkejut dapat gitu. Okay, I wonder if they don't have a course like this. Okay, this is a good course for you, self-upskilling plan ni. Okay, so that you don't do these kind of things. Yeah, wow, that's rude. Okay, so how to apply for jobs using email? Have a PDF or Microsoft Word version of your resume and cover letter ready. So prepare your PDF or Word version of your resume. Okay, resume writing. Okay, we're not covering resume. Okay, no time for that. So you can just Google up the format of resumes nowadays. Nowadays, people use infographic resumes. Cantik sangat. Okay, so you can use infographic resumes, but what kind of information to put in your resumes? Okay, that one you need to conform. Okay, you need to conform to the requirement. Nak guna grafik macam mana pun, but there are certain information that you need to put in proper arrangement. Ikut turutan dia. Okay, so subject, your name, job title, Norhaizal Ramley, Executive International Affairs. Okay, I was serving International Affairs with UTM last time. So your name and then the job title that you are applying to. Salutation, what kind of salutation? Dear sir, madam. Greetings, sir, madam. If you know the person that you are writing to and you know the title, katalah Datin kan. Dear Datin, Dear Datuk Seri. Okay, find out who you are writing to. If you don't know, it's general. Dear sir, dear madam. Greetings, sir, madam. First paragraph of an email cover letter should reference the job. How do you do that? I am writing with regards to the job. What job? Advertise in Job Street, LinkedIn ke mana-mana. Okay, so you refer to the job, reference to the job that you are applying for and where you found the job posting. LinkedIn, Job Street, Facebook even. Even if it is advertised on Facebook, you are writing to your potential employer. Janganlah tulis macam tulis komen Facebook. Okay, use the second paragraph and third if you need it to detail what you have to offer the employer and to explain why you would be a great hire. Remember what I said just now, to persuade them. What do you have to offer? What is your background, your academic background? What are your professional skills? What are your extra skill, additional skills? Okay, you can design. Okay, you can manage events like this. Event management is a skill, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you are a master of ceremony, okay, if you have that skill, you have done it at this level, university level, pernah jadi MC. So you can offer that as your additional skills. Okay, I have done event management. Put it as your additional skills. People will go for that. Okay. What else? Project management. Pernah jadi project manager for your campus. Some project, charity project cover. So offer that. They put that. Add a signature. In the last paragraph, thank the company. Always do that. Okay, always thank the company. Regardless of whether you have a chance or not. It is proper to thank you for reading your email even. Okay, for them to read your email and tambahlah sikit kat situ ayat. For considering you for the job. Okay, thank you for considering me for the job. Closing. And then your signature. Tak adalah signature betul apa? His email kan. So just put in your name macam tadi. No, salah. Okay. So let's look at this a bit before we go for a break. Okay. Still have time a bit before we go on a break. British English versus American English. Okay. The differences between UK English and US English. Okay. You need to take note on these. Vocabulary, spelling, pronunciation, collective nouns, auxiliary verbs, and past tense verbs. Okay. Some of these things differ. Okay. In writing and in speaking. So we cover both lah. Writing and speaking. Some of these vocabulary, spelling ada difference-nya. Right. So vocabulary. The most noticeable difference between American and British English is vocabulary. Okay, there are so many. Okay, these are just a few, so you can go through the list nanti. British English, trousers. Seluar yang kita pakai, British call them trousers. American call them pants. The thing is, in British English, they have pants too. Tapi pants too, underwear. Okay, pants in British English is underwear. So you have to know who you are writing to, who you are speaking to, whether they use English, American English, or whether they use British English. Okay, so if you are speaking to a British or a person who uses British English and you ask them to get some, grab your pants or something, itu seluar dalam. Okay, it sounds funny, but it's the true difference. Okay, trousers, pants ada beza dia. Flat and apartment. Flat and apartment would be different, British English. But here in Malaysia, kita ada flat, kita ada apartment. We differentiate between flat and apartment. Flat kos rendah, apartment kos tinggi sikit. Okay, that's how we differentiate in Malaysia. But the true difference, British English and American English, same thing, flat and apartment. Boot, the back of the car boot, the car trunk, American English. Okay, lorry and truck, holiday and vacation. But here in Malaysia, because we are adapt to American and British English, we use both. Okay, kita guna dua-dua. We use holiday, we use vacation. I'm going on a holiday, I'm going on a vacation. Dua-dua kita guna. Okay, crisp and chips. Snack pokok macam twisties tu. Okay, crisp and chips. But chips in British English would be French fries. Post box, mailbox. Okay, post box, mailbox. Postman, kita panggil postman. We call them postman. Kita ada post laju. They have mailbox and mailman, American. Okay, shop and store. These are some of the differences between US and UK English, American and British English. Spelling. Okay, spelling. Some of the American spelling would drop some letters. Some would add letters. Ada yang tambah letter, ada yang drop letter. Anemia, diarrhea, look at the difference there. Burned, ada ed, ada t. Lip, lipped, okay, lapped and lip, dreamt, dreamed. See the difference there. So which variety are you using? So now in Malaysia, we accept both varieties of English. We accept British English, we accept American English. But you have to take note that you use one variety at a time. Your document is riddled with UK English, so make sure everything is UK English. Semua guna UK English. But if you are writing in American English, make sure everything is American English. Don't mix. Labor, L-A-B-O-R. Favor, F-A-V-O-U-R. Okay? One is British, the other one is American. So if you want to use British English, F-A-V-O-U-R, L-A-B-O-U-R. Sama. Okay? If you want to use American English, F-A-V-O-R, L-A-B-O-R. Okay? You don't mix them. Use one variety of English at a time in one document. Okay? So you will be writing your FYP, your project and everything, your articles. So make sure you use one variety. So that's what I have to do sometimes. Okay? When I get papers to proofread or anything, those are the things that we have to deal with. Yeah, use only one at a time. If you use British English, British English. American English, American English all the way. Jangan campur. The differences in spelling is always confusing. Yes. Differences in American and British, one thing. And then remember advice and advice just now. One C, one S. License pun ada beza, C dengan S. Okay, difference and different. Okay, these are the things that you need to pay particular attention to. Which one you are supposed to use. Pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation, you should listen to BBC English or British Council English. I'll give you the link nanti. You can hear the difference in the pronunciation. And then if you go to some American punya publication or production, you will hear the difference in the pronunciation there. Like the simplest word would be what? Water. Okay, water. And water. Water and water. Mana? Satu British, satu American. Yeah, you need to study more on spelling. It takes years actually. All right. Okay. So it's break time, is it? Wa'ah. Nah, itu lagi lah. Wa'ah. Okay. Wa'ah would be the northern UK side. Okay. But if you listen to Emily Blunt, she would pronounce it as water. And the husband is Kaczynski. John Kaczynski would pronounce it as water. So Emily Blunt and the husband fight over the pronunciation to get their kids accustomed to anak dia nak ikut mana. Okay, so break. How long? 5 minutes. Let's go for a break. Technical dah cakap we need to go on a break. Okay, 5 minutes. See you after the break.
Thank you, Mr. Norhaizal, for a very enlightening session. Wizards and witches, we will be taking a 5 minute break, and in the meantime, let us have a magical lucky draw with Miss Najihah. Take it away, Miss Najihah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you, Iza. So, ladies and gentlemen, is everyone having a great time? Well, although I cannot see your exciting faces during this program right now, but I guess you will be more excited because we have arrived at one of the most awaited and exciting highlights for this morning. Okay, can you guess what? Yes, the lucky draw session. So, some of you will get the chance to get some prizes that might make your friends a little bit jealous. So, can you guess the prizes? Well, stay tuned. So, for your information, we will have 4 sessions of lucky draw throughout this 2 days program. Okay, so as a reminder, if you need to go to the washroom, I would strongly recommend you to stay, as there is a 50% chance that your name will be lucky. So you need to know that no response, no prizes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be using a lucky wheel for this lucky draw. I already put all the registered names on the wheel, so may the luck be with you. All right, so the winner needs to respond by replying in the Facebook or YouTube comment section, okay? So without wasting our time, let's spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1, spin. Spin more. All right, so and the first lucky and the first lady here is Manpreet Kaur, anak perempuan kepada Mahinder Singh. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Are you out there? If you are here, please respond in the comment section. Manpreet Kaur, number 1. Manpreet Kaur 1. Okay, no response yet. Okay, we have to wait a little bit longer because in the YouTube it has been delayed. Okay, Manpreet Kaur number 2. If you are here, please respond in the comment section, please. Okay, I will count the name in 10, 8, 10, 9, 8, Manpreet Kaur 7, Manpreet Kaur 6, Okay, I guess we got the winner. Okay, congratulations to my Prikal. Okay. Okay, now let us spin one more time for this round, okay? Okay, 3, 2, 1, spin. Spin it. Spin the wheel. Okay, wait for a moment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please wait for a moment because we have a technical issue. Okay, we're going in no minutes.
We deeply apologize for the technical problem. It seems there has been a bit of a problem, so we'll wait for a little bit for the problem to solve.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, spin. Okay, let's see whose name is chosen here. Okay, and the lucky name is Nur Emilia Afrika binti Fazlul Wahid. Are you out there? Nur Emilia Afrika? If you are here with us, please comment in the section, please. Nur Emilia Afrika 3. Nur Emilia Afrika 2. Okay, I think we have to wait for her to respond. Okay, please comment in the Facebook or YouTube section if you are here. Nur Emilia Afrika. No respond yet. Nur Emilia Afrika 3. Nur Emilia Afrika 2. Nur Emilia Afrika 1. If you are here with us, please respond. Well, it seems like Nur Emilia is not with us. So I think we're going to spin the wheel one more time. Okay? Okay, guys, let's spin the wheel one more time. 3, 2, 1, spin. Okay, let's see whose name now. Okay, congratulations to Fatin Alia. Is Fatin Alia here? Fatin Alia 1. Is Nur Fatin Alia here? If you are here, so please comment in the YouTube or Facebook section. Nur Fatin Alia 2. Okay. Nur Fatin Alia binti Muhammad Khairi 3. All right, I think we got the winner. All right, so the person in charge will put the winner's name on our Telegram group. So please notify Anis Fatiha to redeem the gift, okay? Alright, so no worries, everyone. We will have 3 more sections for lucky draws. So stay tuned and see you soon. Back to the MC, Iza.
All right, thank you, Miss Najah, and congrats to our winners. Hello again. I hope everyone has freshened up to continue our first lot with Mr. Norhaizal Ramley. The floor is yours, Mr. Norhaizal.
All right, welcome back. Congratulations to the winners of the lucky draw. I wonder what you will get. Too bad I'm not entitled for the lucky draw. Okay, now let us continue. Before we move on to the slides, which can be quite dull and dry, okay, now let's look at a clip. And also, I'm going to introduce you to the website that I usually use, which you can access, okay, to use the materials anytime. Excuse me. Okay, so I hope the connection is good enough for us to experience this wonderfully. All right, so it's up. Okay, now this is one. Okay, let's hide that white bar first. Now, this is one website from British Council. Okay, it's a web portal by British Council, Learn English, that you can use. Okay, you can access anytime. Okay, you don't have to sign up even. Okay, just go into learnenglish.british council. You can see it here. Okay, so you just type in learnenglish.britishcouncil.org and you will be taken to this website here. Okay, there are so many wonderful materials here, and there are 3 different levels for this one. They have the kids version, so it's just Learn English Kids. Okay, if you have young brothers and sisters, or even nephews, okay, nieces. Okay, so if you have children in your family, you can explore learnenglishkids.britishcouncil.org and use the materials there. And then there is the teen version, Learn English Teens .britishcouncil.org. Yes, learnenglish.britishcouncil.org, this one. Okay, so this one we are accessing is the adult version, learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. Okay, no kids, no teens lah. Terus learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. There are so many materials here. Okay, online skills, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So feel free to use these. I don't own it. British Council own them, and they have been providing a lot of materials. Okay, grammar, you can go by the level, beginner to pre-intermediate, intermediate to upper intermediate, English grammar references, vocabulary to enhance your vocabulary, and these are all, these would all benefit your career, English building in your career setting. Okay, general English, there are many materials here, video zone, audio, magazine, IELTS preparation if you are sitting for the International English Language Testing exam. Right, now this one, I just want to introduce to you some of the materials that they have here. Okay. The differences between British and American English. Okay. So it comes with the preparation task, how to understand the differences between British and American English preparation. So you have these words here, the elevator, pocket of scripts, bag of chips and all. Okay, so you can try this preparation task before you go into the video clip. All right, now this guy is quite funny. So let's look at it. And if you need to read and listen at the same time, it comes with the transcript. So you can see the transcript and you can listen to the pronunciation. Wonderful, wonderful materials. So you see the transcript there. Hey, nice pants. Okay, and you will hear the pronunciation through the video.
Hey, nice pants.
Excuse me?
I said nice pants.
You can't see my pants, can you?
Of course I can.
How can you see my pants?
They're on your legs.
Oh, you haven't been to America recently, have you?
Well, I have actually. I've just got back from LA. That's Los Angeles, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, I picked up some of the American words and now I forget which ones to use. It's so confusing.
Well, we call these trousers in Britain.
Ah, of course we do. You know, there's so many things though. It's like a completely different language sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you like a crisp?
Crisp. In the States, they're chips.
Oh, so if I want to order our chips in America, what do I ask for?
French fries.
I see.
And you know what that is, don't you?
A fizzy drink.
That's a soda.
Hmm.
You know the lift over there?
Yep.
That's an elevator.
Oh, really?
You know in the States, you don't go to watch a film.
You watch a movie.
Exactly. And you don't walk on the pavement.
You walk on the sidewalk.
You got it.
I've watched a lot of films. Oops. Movies.
Right, okay. So some of you may have caught some of the words there. Okay, you can see the chips versus French fries. The pronunciation, yes, the pronunciation is British pronunciation. Okay, so what are some of the words that you could hear from there? You have the chips and the French fries, the crisp and the chips. Okay, remember what I said about pants just now? So the opening of the video just now, the girl was surprised. You can't see my pants? What's that? Takkan you nampak my pants? You can't see my pants? Because pants are referred to as the undergarment, right? So use the correct word with the correct English user. If you know that they use British English, use British English. If they use American English, use American English. And you can find a lot of the materials on YouTube even. You just Google British versus American English. So many, abundance on YouTube. And most of them are funny. Okay, so we learn through funny materials as well, not the dry. English is not supposed to be dry. It can be very fun when you are into it. There's so many materials. All right, so you can see here after the video, the preparation, the transcript, so it comes with the task. You can always try this for your understanding. Okay. Trousers, match the American English words. Pants, chips, French fries. Okay, so the technical has already jotted down the website address just now. I think it's there somewhere. Okay, learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. Go into this. Okay, if you want to go lower a bit, the teen version, learnenglishteens.britishcouncil.org. You can try those. Okay, and here a bit more on British English and American English. And look at how they use the sentences. Look at how they word it. Shall I open the door for you? You rarely hear American using the word shall. Okay. Shall I open the door for you? He's taking a shower. France have won the World Cup. I'm not hungry, I just ate. Okay, these are some of the differences that they will test you on. Salah. Yeah, I always go to the different window. Yeah. The grammar explanation, the difference between present perfect and past simple in American English and British English. British English, he isn't hungry. He has already had lunch. The American English would normally be easier. He isn't hungry. He already had lunch. Tak ada has. Have you done your homework yet? Did you do your homework yet? So we can't really say, if somebody say, did you do your homework yet? We can't really pinpoint and say it's grammatically wrong. Okay, it's not really grammatical error. It's just a different variety of English. Okay, the American variety of English. Have you done your homework yet? That is the present perfect form that we learn in our grammar class. Have you done? Did you do your homework? And there is the word yet at the back. Okay, we accept that in American English. Okay, but in British English, the present perfect would be preferred. Yes, I've just finished it. Yes, I just finished it. See the difference there? You can see the difference in the use of the language. Got and gotten. I have got. I have gotten. Okay. See the difference there? Have you got any money? Have you got any money? The same. Okay. Kenapa tak guna gotten? Right. So it depends on the context. Okay. Verb forms with collective nouns. Collective nouns, family, team. Okay. We learn in British English grammar that they can be singular, they can be plural. But in American English, it's usually singular. Okay. So a team can be singular, can be plural. A family can be singular or it can be plural. A company, a group, okay, an organization, committee can be singular, can be plural. Okay, you need to capture that. The use of have and take. In British English, the verbs have and take are commonly used with nouns like bath, shower, wash. I'm going to have a shower. I'm going to take a shower. Let's have a break. Tadi kita break tadi kan. Let's have a break. Let's take a break. Okay, tell me. If you are keen observer, the Kit Kat advert on TV, what do they use? Let's have a break. Have a Kit Kat ke? Take a break. I'm looking at the comment. Do you remember the Kit Kat advertisement on TV? Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Ke take a break. Have a Kit Kat. Right. Okay. So the Kit Kat advert on TV. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Bukannya take a break. Okay. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Why? To suit the have a Kit Kat tu lah. Okay, they want to say have a Kit Kat. So have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Okay. Take a break. We just took a break just now. Okay. So we use take a break. Sama je. We can use both. Right. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. I like that advert. Okay. In British English, people often use shall I to offer to do something, and or shall we to make a suggestion. Are you familiar with that? Do you normally use that? Okay. I think for most of us, because we are very much exposed to Hollywood English kan. Okay. We watch movies from Hollywood, rarely from the UK. Jarang sangat tengok movies from the UK. So we are more exposed to American English. Okay. So shall I, shall we sounds foreign to us. Right. I don't really use shall. The admin says, the technical says, I don't really use shall. Right. Okay. So that's how they use it in British English. Shall we go? Shall we meet in the cafe at 5? That's a suggestion. Okay. Shall we meet in the cafe at 5? Shall we try that again? Okay. Shall we try that again? Even the enunciation is different. Bunyi dia pun lain. Shall we try that again? How about we try that again? See the difference there? How about we try that again? Shall we try that again? Lain. It sounds very gentlemanly, like. Okay, I was watching Top Gear. Remember the three Stooges? Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond. They are very British. One from Wales, the other from the area of the UK. They come from different areas of the UK. So if you watch Top Gear with the three people, James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond, you can hear the different pronunciations from all three. You can see the difference in the pronunciation of all the three people. Top Gear, one of my favorite auto show last time. Right? So you can see these differences there. Okay, British English and American English. Now let's go back to our slide. Okay, we're back. A bit more. We have time until 11:30, I think. 7:20. Okay, so that's another thing there, the R sound. Okay, the way the letter R is pronounced, the car. Okay. Some of you are doing English, okay, majoring in English. Do you learn phonetics? 11:15, okay, all right. So, do you learn phonetics? So, can you read the phonetic symbols there? Car and car, the R sound, bear and bear, start, okay. All right, now touching on pronunciation, if you know phonetics, okay, if you know phonetics, you can grab a dictionary from Oxford ke mana ke, Oxford, Merriam-Webster, Macmillan, Longman. You will see the phonetic symbols next to the word. Okay, that's how to pronounce it. If you learn phonetics, if you don't learn phonetics, nowadays you can use the internet as your resource. Put in the word on Google Translate, you can hear the pronunciation, or you can install some apps even. You can have dictionary, okay, your app for dictionary, and you can hear the pronunciation of the words. Why? So that you don't mispronounce. Jangan salah sebut. Like what? How do you pronounce Buffet? Yes, we learn phonetics and phonology. Yeah, you should. Okay, English majors would definitely. Buffet, right? It's buffet. Ada yang sebut buffet. Okay, the silent T. Chalet. Okay, Chalet. Kenapa bukan chalet? Chalet. And it's not ch, it's sh. So learn the pronunciation through the phonetics symbols, or you can use the electronic devices that you have. Okay? Website ada, apps ada. Chalet is sh, it's not ch. Okay, so because English, the trouble with English is, okay, this is what I always tell the learners of English as second language. Problem with English is it's not based, the pronunciation is not entirely based on the spelling. Okay, they spell it with the letters, but they omit the letters. Like what? DEBT. Can somebody write that? DEBT. Remember remember the kecoh last year, okay, the havoc last year about a minister pronouncing the word, was it debt or doubt? DOUBT and DEBT. That, there is a B there. Kan ada B guys too. You have the B, but it's not pronounced. It's just that. And it's just doubt. What happened to the B? What happened to the B? What happened to the B? Because the English are troublesome. Okay? They spell it that way, but they don't pronounce it that way, right? Night. What happened to the K? What happened to the K? Night. Hilang, ditelan oleh kertas. Alright. So the pronunciation. Okay. Collective nouns, just now, staff refers to a group of employees, band refers to a group of musicians, team refers to a group of athletes. So we use singular collective nouns, or we can also use plural in the British English. Auxiliary verbs, shall we, should we, okay. Right, you do not need to come to work today. You don't need to come to work today. In British English, drop the helping verb and contract not. You need not come to work today. Okay. Now, when we talk about contraction, do not, cannot, okay, can't, don't. When speaking professionally, okay, try to avoid using contraction. Limit the use of contraction. You say do not. You don't say don't when you are speaking professionally. Okay. Past tense verbs with the ed and with the th. Learned, learnt. Burned, burnt. Okay. This is the one that we look at the website just now. Okay, now let's touch on speaking a bit. Speaking in professional manner. What? Everyday English communication is not professional enough, meh? Not the use of meh just now. Malaysian kan. So we use the la, we use the meh, we use the we use the na. Okay, right. So when you speak in professional manner, whatever variety of English that you are using, be it American or British or even Australian, New Zealand, try to put it in the correct structure. They avoid the local influence. Okay, the interference of L1. Okay, gangguan daripada mother tongue. Okay, the interference of your mother tongue in the use of English. Avoid that. Okay, they call it Manglish. Okay, but Malaysian English is accepted. Manglish, you need to differentiate between Malaysian variety of English, we can still comprehend, and the Manglish terus yang terus mixed up. Okay, Malaysian variety of English still accepted, just like the Indian variety of English. Manglish, on the other hand, where you jumble up, mix up all the structure, all the grammar rules, that is not really acceptable. Okay, now when you want to speak in a professional, yes, Manglish is not professional. Okay, Malaysian English, on the other hand, have you ever heard Tun Mahathir speaking at the United Nations? He doesn't speak in the way British do or American do. Yes, okay, so you can Google or YouTube some of the speeches by Tun Mahathir at the UN. He speaks at the UN using English, but it sounds Malaysian, but not Manglish. Bunyinya, we know that, oh, okay, ini Malaysian ni. Okay, Tun Mahathir is Malaysian. He carries that identity of Malaysian speaking English, but he doesn't use Manglish. Dia tak ada grammar structure yang terus jadi Manglish. No. Okay, that is acceptable. So, when talking about which English is better in our setting, in the local setting, Malaysia, you can speak Malaysian English, no problem. Okay, I am speaking Malaysian English. I don't sound British. I don't sound American. Maybe a little bit. Some people say I sound more like American because I watch a lot of Hollywood movies. Okay, but I am still using mostly Malaysian English, but avoid using Manglish. Tak ada lah, I think lah, like that lah. Now that is Malaysian English. I think I am going to tell you okay. Right. So you use Malaysian English but not Manglish. Okay. If you can, be my guest. American English ke, British English ke, the Queen's English, Australian English if you study in Australia. I have a friend who studied in New Zealand, but he comes back still speaking Malaysian English. Tak ada lah beza sangat. Right. So 4 years, 5 years in the States pun, come back still speaking Malaysian English. Right. It's our identity, as long as it is comprehensible. Okay, the structure is understandable. Okay, to any English speaking person. Meaning if you speak Malaysian English, the British can understand you, the American can understand you, you are in the green. Tak ada masalah, carry on. But if they have problem understanding you, you need to fix it. Okay, if they have problem understanding your English, meaning you're not speaking English. You're not speaking the true variety of English. All right. Now, Avoid this to be a confident and professional speaker. You want to speak in the professional manner. Avoid cliches. You remember cliches? Cliches, jargon, slang. Okay, professional English learners, okay, you should learn this. Cliches, jargon, slang. These are things to avoid. Tips to be a confident and professional speaker: use short, clear, and declarative sentences. When speaking, stay calm under pressure. You may be speaking to a group of people, you may be speaking in public, you may be speaking to one correspondent, okay, your client, simple discussion. Speak naturally, okay, speak naturally. I have come across people who say when, okay, I have a friend actually who says that when he's angry, sorry, not hungry, when he is angry, okay, the English becomes perfect gitu. I don't know why. Maybe it's triggered. Okay, it's triggered and he wants to argue. How to speak naturally? How to speak naturally? How do you think? How do you speak naturally? The tip is one, think in the language. Okay, you think in the language that you are going to speak in. Okay, you think in Malay, but you speak in English. Okay, there is an interference as to. Okay, there is interference between your mind to your tongue. Ada gangguan, so it doesn't sound natural. That's where the interference comes in. Okay, so it becomes Manglish gitu. So to speak naturally, so use words that you know. Okay, use the words that you know and don't try to overdo it. Don't be overzealous. Okay, jangan melebih-lebih sangat. Okay, so just say what is on your mind. Use the words that people can understand. They say if you speak English in your dreams, that means you are excellent in English. You watched the movie, the Alien movie, right? I think this one comes from the movie with Amy Adams. Yes, okay, correct. Okay, the movie with Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. Okay, she was learning the alien language. Yep, that is what happens. When you are adapt to the language, you do dream in the language. Okay, so as the technical says, if you speak English in your dreams, that means you are excellent in English. That happens. Okay, so when you start thinking in the language, you even dream in the language. How to think in the English language? I tried, but I still like following the Malay structure. All right. So to think in the English language, of course, you need to be adapt to the language structure. Read more. Okay, expose yourself more to the language. How? Through songs, through books, magazines, watching movies, watching TV series, whatever materials that you can get your hands on. Because reading alone is not sufficient. Baca saja tak cukup. Okay, because you don't hear the pronunciation. You get what I mean? Okay? When you think, do you see the words only? You need to hear the words, kan? When you want to think, you will hear the words in your ears. You're not just seeing the words. So you need input visually and auditory as well. Auditory. Okay. So you need to watch, you need to listen, you need to read. Okay. So the website that I gave you just now, Learn English too, you have all. Okay, you have the transcript, you have the video, you have the audio, all pronunciation with the words, spelling and everything. So it comes hand in hand. Right. So the language will flow out more naturally, like what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, I don't have a script in front of me. I don't have a script. I just have the slides. Okay, I'm referring to the slides and speaking from my mind. So it is a continuous process of thinking and speaking, thinking and speaking, thinking and speaking, because I think in the language. What's happening to my tab? Okay, so when you think in the language, it comes out naturally. If not, there will be the gaps in between. That is what happened at the Because you're thinking and then you're translating. Tengah fikir. Okay? You're thinking and translating and then you speak. Think, translate, speak. Think, translate, speak. We don't want that. We don't want you to think and speak. Think and speak. Think and speak. Okay? It takes practice. It takes a lot of exposure. And to boost your confidence, I was not this fluent until I got into the TESOL program. Okay? Yes, I scored A for every English paper from primary sampai lah SPM. Okay, I got A for English every semester, top of the class in English, but I wasn't a confident speaker. Okay, I wasn't fluent in speaking English. Yes, brain lagging. Okay, so I wasn't a confident speaker of English until after SPM, I chose TESOL. Okay, I went into the TESOL program. I was still lacking in confidence to speak English, but every day you get exposed to the language, you're doing TESOL what? You're doing TESOL, all your classes are in English, so you can't avoid it. Okay, input, 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 and then eventually it comes out as output. You start speaking the language with your classmate, and exposure is two ways lah. It's input and output, input and output. You absorb and then you produce it. Speak to someone. If you can't find anybody around you that speak English, look further. Find a pen pal, or nowadays you can find somebody on social media, okay, to speak to use the language with. Okay, with practice, do not think and translate the language. Yes, do not think and translate the language. That's what I said just now. You think, you translate, and then it comes out. Sangkut kat tengah. Okay, okay, there is interference in the middle. Yeah, English students, but because even in classes, we still talk in Malay. That happened to us as well. But because we had a balanced mixture of Malays, Chinese, Indian, Sabahan, Sarawakian. Okay, so eventually we were kind of forced to speak in the language. There is the factor, the urge factor of speaking in the language. Yes, during your diploma. Now you are doing your degree, right? I pray that you get more exposure. Okay, more people to use the language with. Okay, that is the only way. You need to use the language. So the question just now was okay, well, how to think in the language? You need to start using the language. Use it every day, anywhere, everywhere. Use it anywhere, everywhere. Listen to songs for input. Read for input. Watch TV, watch movies for input. And avoid using Malay translation when you watch the movies. You know, now you can turn it off, kan? Nowadays, if you watch any movies, you can turn off the subtitle. So don't look at the subtitle. If you need to look at the subtitle, practice using English subtitle. Okay, so you listen in English, the subtitle is also in English, just to confirm what you are listening to. And then it will come naturally, slowly. We can't watch without subtitle, automatically become deaf. It takes practice. Okay, my kids are watching cartoons, Disney animation in English because I forced them to. I disable the subtitle. I don't even download the subtitle. Memang tak ada subtitle. No Malay subtitle. Okay. If there are subtitles for my kids, it will be in English. Okay. So they watch movies in English. They watch animations in English. Yeah. It's fun for them. At the same time, they learn the language as well. Okay, Alhamdulillah, my kids are picking up on the language as well. They say it can't be avoided lah. Bapaknya ajar English. So, well, it works both ways. It works for everyone. Okay. So, speak naturally by thinking in the language. Okay, focus on what matters to your audience and be specific. Somebody has a pen pal here. Amni Shakira. Alamak, salah screen lagi. Okay. Next slide. Cliches. Okay, cliches are the phrases or words that we use commonly in our everyday conversation. So we try to avoid this in professional communication. Okay, like what? Something that is not on the screen here. In a coconut shell or something, right? That is cliche. Okay, that has been used over and over again. In the conclusion, okay, in conclusion, instead of in a coconut shell, I think during school, teachers would teach you to use that for your essay and everything. But as you grow older, try to avoid those. Those are what we call cliches. Okay. Original paragraph. When I started thinking about getting a new job, I was completely clueless. I was completely clueless. That doesn't sound professional, does it? I knew I wanted to do something really cool. Something really cool. Does it sound professional to you? Nope, not enough. But I was lost about what might fit the bill. Tu dia. That is the cliche there. What might fit the bill? You can use it for your everyday communication, everyday conversation, leisure, casual conversation. But speaking professionally, avoid cliches. Okay, when I started thinking about getting a new job, I was overwhelmed. Are you familiar with this word? Overwhelmed. Sabut, banyak sangat benda fikir. I was overwhelmed by my options and unsure of what to choose. Okay, sounds more professional, sounds higher level. Okay, while I knew I wanted to do something interesting, I was uncertain of what that might be. Look at the difference between the first original paragraph there and the revised paragraph. Okay, you can see the difference there. I wouldn't say like the earth and the sky, tak adalah completely vast difference such as that. Okay, but you can see the difference there. Okay. Both are English, but different level of English. Okay, so you wouldn't speak in the original paragraph to somebody with authority. For example, in your interview, okay, in your interview, you shouldn't use the original paragraph there, the construction there. Your interviewer might be some CEO ke. If you are going into the government sectors, okay, you have the Datuk Sri, Tan Sri even as your interviewer. Yes. I will be more convinced with the revised paragraph. Yep, you would. Okay, so use the revised paragraph. Yeah, how do you revise your words? This is another thing that you need to learn. Synonyms. Okay, learn synonyms. How do you use that? You can use your app or anything, or the easiest would be if you are writing or if you are preparing your speech or anything, use synonyms on Microsoft Word. Right click, synonyms. What other words can you use that mean the same? And it would make a whole lot of a difference. Beza, once you change it, it will sound differently. Okay, so use synonyms. Paraphrase. Grammarly for writing, yes. Okay, right, correct. I am in the opinion that Grammarly doesn't always provide the appropriate replacements. You want to use Grammarly, okay, you either if you use the free one, of course there are limitations. With the free ones, always limitation. Yes, thesaurus there. So you can refer to thesaurus, you can refer to dictionary, you can refer to Grammarly, you can use Microsoft Word, the review function of Microsoft Word. Okay. And you need to have your knowledge as well. Okay, you need to have knowledge in the language. You can't just simply use Grammarly and take whatever it gives. That is what happened with the document that we normally get. Oh, ini confirm ni, terus pakai Google Translate lah. Okay, this is Google Translate completely. Okay. But nowadays Google Translate is getting better. Tengok, every time I say Google, my Google lights up. My Google wakes up nak berbual. Okay. So Google Translate nowadays is getting better. The AI is learning more and more every day. So nowadays, if you put in a sentence into Google Translate, it can translate and do a good job with it. But I don't recommend it still. You need to have knowledge as well. Okay. So that you can detect, oh, ni tak berapa sesuai ni, this is not very suitable. So you need to change it a bit here and there. Okay. Grammarly, we use Grammarly too, yes. Okay. But sometimes we don't agree with Grammarly. Yes, I agree with you, Ni Shakira. Okay. Sometimes we even don't agree with Grammarly. So we do our own checking. We do our own editing. Grammarly helps to a certain extent, but with your own knowledge of the language, it will be even better. Combine your knowledge and Grammarly suggestion. Okay, jargon, technical terminology or characteristic idiom of a special activity or group. So jargons, okay, you don't want to use jargon with people who don't really understand them. Okay, so if it's very technical, your audience is general audience, so they may not capture the gist, they may not capture the content, tak faham. Okay, so these terms are used within an activity, group or profession, okay, not well understood outside that context. So you know your audience, okay, find out who your audience are, don't use jargon with them, don't use technical terminology with them, right? So then, example, some trendy short forms such as ASAP. We know what ASAP is, okay, as soon as possible, but some people don't. OTW, on the way. FYI, for your information. In my opinion, IMO. BTW, by the way. Okay, but not everyone will understand that. I am a show, in my humble opinion. Okay, yeah, Google Translate now is okay, at least it makes sense. Yep, many years ago, really mess up Google Translate. Every time we get a document, ni Muhamad ni memang translate kau from Google. So we have to fix it a lot. Okay, we have to do a lot of fixing. Nowadays, we have tested Google Translate. You can actually count on Google Translate. Boleh harap dah sekarang. But still, you need professionals to check. Salah lagi screen. Okay. I have two monitors, so I keep on clicking on the wrong one. Slang. Okay, this is to avoid totally. Okay. Slang or idiomatic is expressions, idioms. Okay. When you speak professionally, try to avoid them. You can use idioms, but not too much. Okay. It makes your conversation sound informal. When it is informal, it is less credible. Tak nampak credibility. Okay, less credible. She was dead after all that overtime last weekend. Really? What do you think? She was dead after all that overtime last weekend. You say that to your boss? Imagine you are working, or your lecturer lah. Okay, would you say that to your lecturer? She was dead after all the assignment. Definitely not, right? You wouldn't say that to your lecturer. If you have lecturers like mine, okay, who would tell you, I don't care if you drop that, I want the assignment by today. That's what happened to us. That was our lecturer. Very kind, but very strict. So the proper word will be, she was exhausted. No, it is not appropriate to use that in formal setting, right? She was exhausted after all that overtime last week. Even if the person is really dead, okay, deceased, another word, passed away, that would sound better. Died, okay, instead of died, passed away. Deceased, dead. Okay, those are the synonyms. Okay, so use synonyms instead of the slangs here. Tips: use short, clear, and declarative sentences. Stay calm under pressure. Okay, short sentences focus on the message of the speech, making it easier for your audience to follow the flow of the speech. Fillers like actually, like, and to make a long story short, some people like using this. This would add nothing to the message. You just make it lengthy. We don't want to die. Yeah. My lecturer used to say to us, cry me a river. I want the assignment on time. Stay calm under pressure. Always think before answering. Don't rush. Okay, managing your emotions will result in better facial expressions. Why? You are speaking. People can see you. Like right at the moment now, I'm speaking to you, so you can see me, my facial expressions. If I show you how nervous I am, oh no, that will make me less credible. Apa Mr. J ni? Gagap, gugup, right? So, handle your emotion. Okay, stay calm under pressure. I am under a lot of pressure now. Technical is telling me, okay, the slot end in a few minutes. All right. So, manage your expression. Manage your emotion. Okay, if you happen to get a no, I'm just kidding. Technical. Uh, that is that is some example of the things that speakers experience. Okay, speakers get nervous in front of audience, and then there will be technical team, there will be floor manager and everything. All right, so stay calm. You need to stay calm. Okay, don't be panicked and commit to finding out and attending to the question after the talk or in the future meeting. You can't answer it right away, tell them, okay, I'll check and I'll get back to you. Or you can come and see me personally. Okay, a bit more. Speak naturally. Let your voice play with various intonations, rise and fall. You don't want to sound monotonous. Macam robot, cakap, tak ada intonasi. Alright, so you play with your voice. Intonations, up and down. Correct. Both writing and speaking, because these are the output. You write so that people can read. You speak to convey information, people will listen. So you need to practice the same thing. Only one is on paper, the other one is, live. Okay. Let your voice play with various intonations, show emphasis on the key points. See what I did just now? You show emphasis on the key points. You stress on the word. Clarify the elaborations. Okay, if we have time, we can go to the presentation skill punya ni, training, presentation skills, the things that you need to focus on. Okay, focus on what matters to your audience. Write an outline to keep the content. So this is our outline. So we are referring to the content there. Okay, appropriate elaborations and examples, giving out the pros and cons of the point discussed. Be specific. Give specific details of the input. Okay, if it is about an event, date, state the date, venue, time, and the activities. So the infos that you need. Okay, choosing your words to sound more professional. Like I said just now, instead of die, use the word deceased, dead, passed away. Okay, choosing your words to sound more professional. Why are we using the example of dying? Or we were talking about the lectures now. Replace try with do. Okay, try connotes a lack of commitment, of uncertainty. I will try. I will try. No. Okay. Remember Star Wars? There is no try. Do or do not. Do or do not. There is no try. Tak ada try. You do or you don't. I will try to. I will try to submit the assignment on time. No. I will submit the assignment on time. No try. Use more words that influence to give more impact in the conversation. I think shows your commitment to the idea. I think, I believe, I am sure. Okay, use these words. Okay, communicate choice rather than compulsion. Using phrases like I have to, I need to, conveys a lack of personal choice. Okay, so start replacing them with I want to or I will. Okay, that shows more commitment. Okay, that indicates more choices along with feeling confident and purposeful in delivering messages. So the choice of words make a difference. Okay, avoid using negative contractions. Can't, I can't see, I won't admit something, I shouldn't, we shouldn't do, right? So avoid using negative contractions. Using if, okay, avoid using if as well. We tell this to some of our, normally in your motivation speech or something, jangan guna if. Okay, if connotes the possibility of failure and choice. If I become rich. Instead, when I become a millionaire. If I become a millionaire. Kalau. When I become a millionaire. Okay. Now, let's go back to your job seeking too. If I work for you. Okay, if I am hired. Don't use that. When I am hired in your organization, okay, what will you do? All right. Okay, if and when. Need the favorite lah between if and when. The argument whether to use if or when. Okay. All right. So that would be the time that we have for today. All right. Tomorrow we'll meet again. Okay, I'll show you all the materials that you can use. For now, I think yes. Okay. The MC is ready. Back to you, MC. If you have can ask.
Thank you so much to Mr. Norhaizal Ramley for the incredible sharing session just now. I hope that our fellow wizards are able to benefit from the knowledge shared. We would love to once again invite Mr. Norhaizal to join us in our photography session. So please welcome Mr. Norhaizal and the others. I will do the countdown, so please be ready by then. All right. So 3, 2, 1, smile. 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining in a photography session. Thank you, Mr. Noiza, once again. And now let
Thank you
us
very much,
proceed.
MC.
All right. You're welcome. Now let us proceed to the exciting mini game. Therefore, I call upon the representatives from the House of Gryffindor, Miss Aisha and Miss Najah, to host the session. Take it away, girls.
Thank you, Miss Iza. Okay. Hello, guys. My name is Aisha, and welcome to our first mini game for today. So, before we inform you that for the first few minutes in this session, I will be your host for this game, and later on, my partner, Najiha, will join me during the second half of the game. Thank you for still staying with us. And now we're going to play the first game, which is called Letter for You. So, before we begin, I will give you guys some brief explanation on how this activity will be done. Firstly, during this activity, the participants are required to write an informal letter, but don't worry, you just need to write a short one using your own creativity. The theme for this game is to write a letter to any fictional characters. The characters can be from Harry Potter, The Hobbit, Fantastic Beasts, Frozen, or any other movies that you like. The word limit for the letter is around 50 to 100 words, and you will be given 20 minutes to write your letter. So, in simpler words, you just have to write a short letter to any fictional character that you like. And after that, you need to send your letter through Telegram together with your audio or video. I would also like to remind you guys that the aim of this activity is to let you practice your writing skills and speaking skills after you have attended the class with Mr. Norhaizal just now. The format of submission is quite flexible. You can submit your letter in Microsoft Word, or you may write your letter on a piece of paper and send a picture, or you may send it in the form of text messages in the Telegram group. Then, after you guys have submitted the letters to Telegram, we will choose some of the letters to be presented in the slide. Later on, my partner and I will read some of them so that we can share your beautiful piece of writing with everyone here. Before we start, do you have any questions to ask? Is it clear to you, or do you need me to repeat the instructions? If you have any questions, you can write them in the comment sections below. Meanwhile, we will present some examples of the letters written by our committees so that you can refer to them while writing your letter. Okay, just a reminder to everyone. We have 5 more minutes left, so you may submit your letter through our Telegram group. Okay. Okay, dear participants, we will read the letters at 11:55 a.m. So you may send your letter now. If you still writing your letter, you can complete it and send it to our Telegram group. Thank you. All right, welcome back, everyone. So right now, my partner Najiha and I will continue with the rest of the session of this game. Najiha?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Najiha. I guess we win again.
Okay. Oh, Najiha, we really have a hard time just now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, all the letters are very well written, and we actually had a hard time choosing which one we should read for today.
Yeah, I know, right? But don't worry, right now we have already chosen several letters from you guys, and we will read some of the letters that we find quite interesting so that
Yep.
you guys can hear with us what the letters are all about. So the first letter, oh, before that, we want to give an announcement that you can submit your letter until this night, which is before 10 p.m. So if you're still writing your letter, don't worry, you still have time. You may submit it in the Telegram group before 10 p.m. tonight. Okay? Okay, can the technical team zoom a little bit? Okay, so we already got the first letter. Can the technical team zoom a little bit? Okay, thank you. All right, so the first letter is from a sender named Faris. Okay, dear Harry Potter, I would like to say thank you for making me realize that the only way to vanquish my biggest nightmare is to face it. In your memory, even though you failed to face your biggest fear, that is the Dementor, in Professor Lupin class, but in the end, when the Dementors attack you at Great Lake, you manage to stand up and fight the Dementors by yourself. You taught me that I should face everything that is resisting myself, even though it's my own nightmare, so that it will no longer haunt me. Thank you. Sincerely, Faris.
Oh, that is interesting. All right, now it's my turn to read the next letter. So let me read the second one. Okay, I can't wait to read it. All right. So this is from Arif Haikal. Dear Uchiha Itachi, I am very interested in you because you are very great warrior among the people in Hidden Leaf Village. I know you don't live on this earth anymore. That's sad. But I still want to thank you because you have sacrificed so much for the Hidden Leaf Village. I'm really impressed with the jutsu you have mastered, such as Amaterasu and Mangekyo Sharingan. I know you don't kill Uchiha Shisui. She, he is a best friend of yours. I hope I can master the Jutsu Edo Tensei to revive you again. See you in the next life, Itachi. Yeah, I hope you, Arif Haikal also can see Itachi again. Okay, that's
Oh,
all.
that's a really nice one. Okay, so we proceed to the next letter. Can the technical team zoom a little bit?
I think you can make it in full screen, Isha. Isn't it?
Oh, okay. All right, so we'll read this one. Okay, so this letter is from a person named MK. Okay, my dearest Tom, I'm sorry for admitting this now since it's too late to do it, but I'm sincerely sorry for misunderstanding you and instead cheered for Jerry when I was a kid. I failed to understand who was the real villain. Jerry, the evil mouse, was the one with the facade on, portraying as if he was in the right place, being the master manipulator. Now that I look back, I do notice the suffering you have endured. On behalf of on behalf all of the children, I apologize to you. I hope you get a hold of that crazy mouse and put an end to your suffering. Love you, Tom. Sincerely, my MK.
Oh, that's a sweet. All right. Aisha, do you know what? Actually, I really hope that we could read all letters now, but unfortunately, we don't have much time. And but this one, it really attracts me to read in front of you guys. So I think let's listen to this letter. Okay, where's the latest one? Okay, so this is from Anonymous. Dear Milia, like all the love story, there are happy and unhappy ending. But I'm really hope that you will have a happy love story with Dylan. Dylan. But it's my own opinion. I think the breakup happened because of you. You being too stubborn and ego. Why do Dylan need to explain all to you every time and you and Dylan quarrel? Sometimes you need to understand not it's all about you, Milia. But I guess that was a teenager's love. I hope you will find your true love. Thank you. Hope someday we
Oh,
will find our true love. I mean,
okay. So we'll proceed to the last one, which is
I
the
think
fifth
this is
letter.
the last one.
Do we have any more technical team?
Oh, we have short of time. Okay, we don't have much time.
Okay.
I think that's all for today's section. So, wait. Okay, so I think that's all for our first game today. We really love to see your enthusiasm in writing these letters with full of emotions. There are love letters, there are some confessions. So we are happy to see that those various letters that we received. And thank you for your participation and stay tuned for the upcoming game soon. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Aisha and Miss Najiha from the House of Gryffindor. Respectfully, ladies and gentlemen, with that we've reached the end of our first slot. Our program, however, does not end here. We'll be back at 2 p.m. with a fascinating session by Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Fazil Ahmad, a Canva software expert. See you wizards in a bit.